the temple issue, a lot of controversy is happening around that. One is again the language with which the archana and all those prayers are to be done in temples, Hindu temples. One thing. Second is the archakas there, right? The pandits there. There's talk that they are being replaced by somebody else who is not that qualified. All right. So all these things are happening. So what is the DMK's agenda around this?
See, I wouldn't elaborate too much into it because I've spoken on this topic, and Mr. Sri Iyer of P Gurus have actually taken up my name along with
Right.
Dr. Subramanian Swami. So it's not for that. I want to just put it across.
Understood.
See, number one, it was a diversionary tactic by the DMK government. Okay. Why I say diversionary tactic is because they promised a lot of things and nothing has come out of the budget as far as welfare is concerned. But for 3 rupees drop in the petrol price per liter, and a person who's going to use say probably even 30 liters per month is going to get 90 rupees benefit out of it, which is nothing compared to what they're talking about. So it's not even, one day's meal is not even 90 rupees today. So that's what we're talking about. So it was a diversionary tactic. Tamil Archanas is being done in the temples for a very long time. In fact, I have in my house, I can show it to you if you want. I have a book which I bought several years ago, probably 15, 17 years ago, where all the Archanas for Ganesha, Muruga, Shiva, Kali, Kala Bhairavar, and all in Tamil. I use it in Kanda Sashti Kavasam. Everything is in Tamil. So it's something which is in practice. You can go to a temple in Tamil Nadu and tell them that do an Archana in Tamil, they will do it. It's not something new which they're talking about. And as far as this issue is concerned, I think they have deviated from the Supreme Court judgment. So I really feel, I've given whatever evidence I can, and I have to Mr. Sri Iyer, who in turn must have given it to Mr. Subramanian Swami. So whatever evidence we have got in terms of appointment of priests in the Agama Sastra temple in violation of the Supreme Court verdict. Okay. So this is one. Now, another thing is also the fact that they're trying to, they were trying to create a wedge within the Hindu community, which unfortunately is not happening at this point in time. The Hindu community is united. There are temples where the pujas are conducted by Hindus who do not belong to Brahmin community. And there are several temples. In fact, the Kula Deivam of Mahaperiyava is actually a temple where it is the non-Brahmins who actually conduct the puja. In fact, they are the ones when Mahaperiyava comes there, Suruvachiyar Kovil or whatever it is, I don't remember exactly the name of the temple near Trichy. And it is actually a temple, and these are being done. In Samepuram also it's done. It's been in practice for a long time. It's only the few Agama temples, which is less than, probably 10% of the entire temples in Tamil Nadu where there is a rule and regulation. It's a non-issue, a diversionary tactic taken by DMK, which has actually fell flat. Now I think they've gone back to the original thing. So they've tested the waters and they found it is not going to be useful in any way. So I think they've dropped it.
Okay. So why do you think BJP is not taking this issue of very
No, I'm very, 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 as far as I'm concerned, as a political commentator who is having a leaning towards the right-wing ideology and BJP, I've been absolutely clear on one point that BJP should not take up this issue. Because then the whole coloring of this issue will be given in a different manner. This is something which the respective people in the public domain who should take it up, who should take up this cause. People will see to it. DMK wants to play politics over it. And I'm happy and glad that sanity prevailed in BJP, this Tamil Nadu unit, and they did not take it up. I know again, I would be probably trolled for this particular statement also, which I've gone on record on Twitter also, okay, many a times, that this is something which the BJP should not pick up, should not take it up. There are several more other pressing issues which can be taken up. And I think, it has died its natural death in the span of around 10 days. And it's there for the people to see.
Correct, correct. So I think again, it will not help in the Brahmin party image that was created earlier, okay, which they were not at all. But I think probably that
It's
might
not
be,
at all, it's not at all. See, you're trying to give it. See, this is what they want to do. They're
yeah,
setting a trap for you. They're setting a trap for you. It's like, it's like keeping a mid wicket, a deep square leg, and another square leg, and putting a short pitch delivery for you to actually tempt you and get you out. That's what they were trying. And BJP did not fall for the bait.
interesting. So when it comes to these kind of issues will keep on coming up. The Sanskrit language, okay, should not be used, or anti whatever sentiment around that. Okay, so why do you think there can't be a board, say for a Hindu, just like a work board for Muslims, right? And some other communities have these kind of boards, which really kind of act as a central point for the community. Okay, do you think this will not work at all?
No, it will work out. There is nothing is not work out, but it's a long drawn process. First and foremost, there must be unity.
Hmm.
Okay. The one of the bane of Hinduism has been that Hinduism is a matter of faith. It's not just a religion. Unlike many other religions where it does not have one text, it does not have one God, it does not have one method. Hinduism is an ocean. Okay. It is like you have to reach on top of Mount Everest. There are several paths, so you can take your own path. Now, this is a freedom which has been given by this religion. So you have Dvaita, you have Advaita. In Dvaita or Advaita itself, there are subclasses, subsects.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have your own path. Even atheism was allowed in this religion, in this faith. So, considering the kind of, I wouldn't call divisions, the kind of diversified religion it is extremely difficult to find mutts or something of that kind taking it up. Even in Karnataka, if you see a lot of mutts operating, because a lot of things come under the mutt, okay, because the pontiff is the head and also has a say on the political events. Whether it's BJP, Congress, JDS, it doesn't matter. The pontiffs have a say in those things. But in Tamil Nadu, that is not the case. You have the Saivites where they have got Kanji Mutt, you've got Sringeri Mutt, then you have Vaishnavites, you have in that so many things. So, and then you have Adinams, you have outside of the Brahmin community. So it's a long thing, it's not an easy path. But I think Mr. Gururajan has filed a case in the High Court. It has come up for hearing. So we need to see. It's too premature for us to talk either it can happen or it cannot happen. An idea for which the time has come, it will happen. This idea is now brewing. So we'll have to see how it grows.
Got it. So the other important aspect is that all the Hindu temples are under the government control across the board. It's not just Tamil Nadu, it's across the board. So that's, again, one of the important things that have to be kind of driven, where we need political intervention also was in most of the case, right? So that's what I think BJP can kind of also support this cause, and they will really get a lot of support from the Hindu community on that perspective.
See, it all depends upon, as I said, it is a very tricky issue.
Yeah.
See, there is a lot of resources involved in these temples. There are a lot of assets. There is disparity. There are temples which cries for attention. There are temples not only in Tamil Nadu, but across the country, I would say, where the priest will not even have a proper dhoti to wear. Right? He will not have the towel to, decorate the god. Forget about big decoration, just putting across after that. So there is so much of disparity in terms of resources, and there are also temples which are flushed with money. So, and it's not a very easy topic. Sitting in the drawing rooms, we talk, temples across the country, we have to do this. One wrong step can lead to a lot of issues. And somehow or other, religion, somehow or other, some scoundrels have found a way to enter into religion. I'm sorry to make a statement of this kind. There has always been some scoundrels who have always, because where there is have these counters, okay, and they've entered, and as a result of which it's not. I'm not saying that I'm not giving it up, but it's a very, very difficult topic. That's what I said. Mr. Gururaj's petition, which has been filed on the High Court, when it comes for hearing, I think we have to wait and watch, because it is not only for the governments, because they will immediately go to the courts. So it is good that it has gone to the court. Let the court hear, let them go to the whatever they want to say. Either of the parties will go on an appeal to the Supreme Court. This is not going to be over in a matter of months. It is going to take few years. We have to wait and watch. And I hope something concrete happens, because I think Karnataka government has done a fantastic job in that, saying that the resources which are coming from temples cannot be used for other places of worship. Okay, at least that can be the first step. So likewise, you have to move one step at a time. That's what I would say.
Understood. Interestingly, there is another conference that is slated to happen in US. It's called the Dismantling Global Hindutva Conference. All right. So there is this noise that's coming up from there, whatever agenda they have. All right. That's also happening. And again, it's amusing that THol Tirumalavan has written a book on the same topic, uprooting Hindutva. All right, so that's again probably internationally there's some kind of an agenda building up. So I don't know what is.
It is all, sorry, Nandan, interrupting you. It is all a part of toolkit strategy. Okay, it is all part of toolkit strategy. In fact, they will flounder, they will fail. Why I say they will flounder and they will fail is because already they've used some of the university's name without the consent of the university. They've used the logo of Stanford University, and Stanford has given a rejoinder and probably must have sent a very strong mail or even financial repercussions. So you will see all these things in the coming few years' time. You will still 2024. You will see this taking avatar on different styles. Okay, and some of the agendas would be driven from the state of Tamil Nadu. In fact, in the month of June, immediately after the DMK government was formed, there was a Zoom meeting, invite only, and it was also telecasted on Facebook about the federal structure of India, states and center, and there were a couple of foreigners who were attending that particular program. Mr. PTR Painivel Tyagaraja, what does foreigner have to do? What does somebody sitting in Britain, an English citizen, have to do with what is happening in India? Okay. So you will have all these things coming up. I would only say that we should not react to everything, because they want you to react for everything, and the right wing should not react to every single thing happening around him or her. Okay, certain things are better ignored or best ignored, and certain things you act on it and see to it that it is taken to the logical conclusion.